Here are the two tunnel faces on May 22nd. The south tunnel has the orange spray paint and the north tunnel doesn't. And what we can see by just spinning these things around is that the roof elevation for both tunnels is lining up fairly good. The south tunnel had essentially bare rock exposed, and this line is at a 0 meter contour. This is 1 meter. And so the floor is probably 0.3 meters, maybe slightly more in spots below the 0 meter elevation. And really we need to start bringing this floor up, otherwise we're going to have to leave a lot of fill in here to match the elevation between the south tunnel and the north tunnel. The north tunnel, the floor of the north tunnel was covered with debris and rock, much like it was the last time I surveyed the tunnel. So I didn't know how deep down that debris is. I don't know where the floor is. So please be careful that we are, getting down to the right elevation. So for from the loose material that's in the floor now, we have to go down about 3/4 of a meter to even get close to the tunnel. So if this debris is 3/4 of a meter or 0.8 meters thick, then we can start to align the two floors up, and it'll be fine. Of course, the north tunnel did a big crazy bend here since I was last there, and it was definitely moved too far. So this is kind of looking above. And of course, I haven't got the rest of the tunnel shown. And we have to now get these two tunnels connecting, and they're not lined up very nicely, as we can see. So from this corner to this corner is about 3 meters, maybe a little bit less than 3 meters. So let's drill a hole between the two so we can at least have a reference point between those two tunnels. My recommendation is that we start this tunnel, well, the wall for this tunnel gets kicked over to where my cursor is. That's a 1 meter offset along the face. And then we run that over to about here and connect it so this becomes the tunnel wall. After we're done with a little bit of a over excavation area, then it comes back around the corner. For the eastern side of the tunnel, we can probably go from roughly where the corner is now, maybe slightly further, and head north and connect up to this tunnel up here, so that we end up getting a nice width and a nice smooth wall, especially along the east side. So we don't want to be drilling a bunch of holes here and going off to the east, because then we might be leaving another over excavated section here. So let's ignore the paints on this face and probably drill a pattern and take out a small pilot tunnel connecting the two, and slash on the next blast in from the west, and another blast or two from the east, to get nice straight walls connecting these two tunnels. And of course, being careful with the floor elevation so that the floors match up. The roof is fine, so just continue working with the roof elevations the way it is. For frame of reference, if you're in the south tunnel, where I'm recommending the wall to kind of come into the south tunnel is roughly where this big joint, there's a big joint that ends right where my mouse is moving now. So a big planar joint. So somewhere roughly where this joint surface ends on the tunnel wall in here is where the tunnel wall should start. Right, so that's this point here, and then it'll punch through to this point here on the north tunnel. Let's take a look at the north tunnel. So where are we for frame of reference? This blue line is 1 meter long. So you go from the sidewall here over about 1 meter. So there's a couple black spots, which are probably the ends of previous blast holes or something. So you're well into the middle of the tunnel from those, and this will be the desired new wall of the tunnel. So if you're standing in there, you'll see this geological structure on the tunnel face. You'll see this dark, wet area or stained area. Something roughly halfway between, but maybe a little bit closer to the dark area, is where that tunnel wall should pop through. And of course, we're going to be slashing out this wall as part of the connection to the south tunnel. So this wall will get slashed out. So even though it's a fairly planar surface, it's the orientation position of that thing is not ideal. So we'll slash out this whole wall. Let's look from above again here roughly. And we will have a dog leg right here coming up to here. Okay.